Hello everyone, Andy Schwab here with your Northern Ag TV. Well, the University of Wyoming's College of Agriculture, Life Sciences and Natural Resources announced last week that Kelly Crane has been appointed to serve as the Dean of the College of Ag. Crane, who started his career at UW Extension in 1994 after graduating with a PhD in range ecology and management and a Master's of Science in Range Management, that is, both from UW. Well, he said he is humbled by the support and that it's an absolute privilege to serve as the Dean of the College of Ag that is uniquely posed to exemplify the mission of a land-grant university through their responsiveness, relevance, and accountability to Wyoming. Of course, Crane did serve as the interim dean for UW's College of Ag since December. And the Federal Trade Commission says they're investigating whether Deere and Company has violated antitrust and or consumer protection laws by limiting who can repair the John Deere equipment. As you may recall, that happened in March of 2022, and agriculture groups filed that complaint with the FTC, asking the agency to launch an investigation. Those groups, including the National Farmers Union and state-level Farmers Union, allege John Deere's practice of withholding diagnostic software and other equipment from farmers violated the Sherman Act. The FTC has requested access to various data sets and reports relating to agricultural equipment from January 1st of 2015 to the present. And over the weekend, our network's Coulter Brown headed to Whitefish for the annual Montana Farmers Union Conference. He spoke with MFU President Walter Schweitzer not only on the policy that their members are focused on, but the topics that MFU plans to advocate for during this next year's legislative session. Schweitzer said that they're going to be pushing to see more support on the locally grown foods in local grocery stores.
I really think that we missed an opportunity last session, and we're going to continue to try to educate our legislators about the importance of getting Montana food on our grocery store shelves. And these big corporate monopolies that most of our groceries come from, they don't give Montana food an opportunity on their shelf. And so if we could give them some sort of tax incentive to provide a little teeny bit of their shelf space for Montana food, it would be a huge benefit to the growers of Montana.
Now, Montana Farmers Union did wrap up their 109th annual convention on Saturday with election of new board members, which Coulter will likely have more on throughout this week. And a quick heads up from the Montana Wheat and Barley Committee. They're currently taking applications for the annual Follow the Grain Tour in Portland, which will be taking place March 3rd through the 6th of next year. Coming from someone who has experienced that trip firsthand, I highly recommend the producers sign up for that very informative trip. More of those details can be found online, that is, at montanawbc.com. Let's take a 30-second break and come back to look at your grain markets and livestock markets as well.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Well, despite a decent day of gains on Friday's trading session, the livestock futures failed to recover from early week profit-taking pressure as they finished their bids $2 lower on those feeder cattle futures from the previous Friday. However, live cattle futures found themselves just slightly lower in that same seven-day window after negotiated cash cattle sales were steady to maybe a touch higher. That was also certainly boosted by the box beef values jumping $9 higher, with packers looking to build back of some of those profits they've lost out on. As for the local auction front, producers are enjoying strong sales on the spring calves, with some prices inching back towards the summertime highs set in those late season video markets. Heifers are also continuing to hold about a 30 to 40 cent discount to their brothers in the same weight classes. Now, the sheep sales have also enjoyed good rallies, as lighter lambs at St. Ange last week were a dime stronger. Buyer demand, though, was slightly sporadic, with a lot of producers bringing those additional lambs to town to avoid damaging the dry pastures. And Friday's grain futures featured heavy selling in the soybeans and the wheat to close out the week, while corn futures finished lower, albeit with more moderate losses. Improved weather forecast in Russia and Ukraine, along with the U.S. for the winter wheat plantings, had pressured the markets lower. Friday's morning export business, that is, for the wheat did show the sales at 18.5 million bushels, which is above the pace needed to meet the USDA's current estimate. Similarly, corn exports were on an upward trajectory, with corn commitments seeing their strongest week of sales since the spring of 2023. Well, that's going to do it for our Ag Markets and Ag Report here on Northern Ag TV. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a great rest of your day.